Hi guys, I hope everyone is doing well. So today's Monday, and we're just gonna go through what we did yesterday. So in case you come across this video, just know that there is a prior analysis, and then I'll also just add that in the description so that you can also refer to the previous video that I posted, right? So I'm just gonna do a bit of a quick analysis because I lost all the information that I had yesterday of our psychological levels and basically what we were looking at. I had one at 300, and lastly I had another one at 320. So these were the psychological levels that I was looking at. And yesterday we were looking for buys, and then we said the market will go and test the 300 level and possibly go to the 320, but I did not say it will happen today, right? So these are the psychological levels that we have currently, and I'm gonna go to the 1 hour time frame because we had an order block where we said the market is going to the market is gonna test out. I think it was on 30 minutes time frame. I will know it when I see it. Yes, this was the order block. No, it was not this one. Let me go to 1 hour time frame because I remember we were saying we are gonna have a what's this? We said we're gonna have it was somewhere here. This is what we were looking at right here, and we had an order block. It's either 30 minutes or 1 hour where we saw the order block. Because I remember we were saying we can use like a trend line, but then I said personally I'm not a fan of trend lines, so we stopped or didn't look at that. So what I'm gonna do is, since we analyzed the market around around 8 p.m, so I'm gonna try to find that time and then block it out, meaning that I remember the order block was somewhere here. Let me go to 15 minutes time frame. The order block was somewhere here. When did this happen? This happened on Friday. This is Monday, so we're looking at yes, I see it. So this was the order block that we were looking at. So the strategy, or rather the what I was seeing was the market was gonna come and test out this order block and then push up. So we had a trade that was from here and our target was there, and then as you can see we did hit target, right? But then if you remember, I told you the entry edge that I was looking for, right? So if I can go to my 5 minutes time frame, and I also told you that I'm trading a very small account, right? So basically what I meant is that for me to actually take an entry, I had to go to like 5 minutes time frame, and if I don't see this pattern, then it means I'm not taking a trade. So something like this, whereby this would have been for instance, if I had like a huge account, then I would take my entry here, but then just to be safe I would wait for the market to break the previous to break the previous high right there, and then take out and then have like another like order block here. So this is basically my entry edge. If I don't see this, then I'm not taking an entry, right? And so now if we look at what happened here, so if it was someone else who had a high risk. One, there are two things that I'm seeing. Unfortunately, yesterday I did not. Okay, I did see them, but it was a thing of preference just to be safe. So we see an order block, right? And then we also see a fair value gap right here. So the market broke the order block, and then it did not test the order block, but it went into our fair value gap. So this is another criteria that I always look out for. If I have an order block and I also have a fair value gap, then I will be very strict in like what kind of trade I am planning on taking, because the market can invalidate my order block and go straight to my fair value gap. As we can see, it did exactly that, right? And then this is my fair value gap. Fair value gap. So fair value gap is basically an imbalance. As you can see here, only buyers were in the market, right? Only buyers were in the market. So the market has to come back here, and so that the market is fair for both buyers and also sellers, right? So now that this is what we had, we can go into our 5 minutes time frame, right? So what's happening on our 5 minutes time frame? So this is what happened. Remember what I said about taking an entry. So I'm gonna move this back there. I said I wait for the market to go up, right? So what would have potentially been a good trade for me was basically, I see I have a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then the market failed to break that level right there, right? So if the market broke it, and then as you can see the market actually did come back down, then this was going to be a good entry for me, right? So as you can see, you also have our order block right there. But since I am comfortable with trading and also taking losses and risks, so I did take the entry, the trade here. I think my account blew. Yeah, I think my account blew because something happened. I took my entry at the order block and not at the fair value gap. I took my entry at the order block that we are seeing on the 5 minutes time frame. And like I said, I'm trading a very small account. I'm trading a $10 account. So this move right here, this right here, when the market came back down, I had pushed my stop losses a bit higher because I had my stop losses here, even though I knew that wherever I had my stop losses, my account is gonna blow, right? But then I don't know, I just put them far, even though I knew that my account would blow if the market was to come down here. But then when the market came down here, then my account blew because I had a small account and I took a lot of entries because this was a high probable trade, which is something that I wanted to discuss with you. So whenever I analyze the market and then I see a high probable trade or a trade that has a high probability of going in my direction, I go all out, right? Instead of taking one entry, you'd see me taking 5 entries or 6 entries, right? Knowing that it's either I blow this account or I make a lot of money out of it, right? It has worked for me. But if I have I see a trade, but I'm not so confident in the trade, then that's where I'm not gonna go all out. I'll just take like 1 or 2 trades, right? But because this was a high probable trade, that's the reason why I took. That's the reason why I took. That's the reason why I took a lot of entries, and unfortunately, I blew my account, right? But then that is fine. This is the review for the trade that we took yesterday. So our next target would be for the market to get there, right? So I'm going to analyze again tonight. Hopefully I'll upload the video tomorrow and then give a review as well. So I'm just going to end the video here, since this is just a review of how the market went. Looking at the trade or the analysis that we made yesterday, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm starting to enjoy doing things this way, because this is a way of doing a trading plan. I'm documenting and journaling all the trades that I'm doing instead of like writing down prices, which is how I used to like do my trading plan. So I feel like this way is much better. If you don't want to like record videos, take pictures of your analysis, make a before and after, and then sketch it out. As you can see on my entry edge, it's something that I've sketched out, right? I know it by heart that, okay, I know that if I see something like this on my 5 minutes time frame, then this is a validation for me to take my entry. So take your before and after pictures of your analysis instead of writing down the prices and the loss that you've made. So if you're starting, do not focus more on how much you made or how much you lost, right? Rather focus on before and after, and then say if that was a win or a lose, so that next time you can see or find a pattern of which kind of patterns do you mostly make profits on, and then you just focus on that, and then you try to like avoid patterns where you're always making a loss. Yeah, I hope you guys understood and you enjoyed this video. Remember, if you have any questions or anything else that you would like for me to cover on our next video, then let me know.